Sam left. She actually doesn't like you guys. But I'm here, so.
I had to turn my AC down. I was getting cold. I'm not getting cold. It's just demanding cuddles. And I'm like, no, I'm doing things.
How dare you do things.
I know. I'm the worst.
Hi, Rowan.
Artemis, you deleted Mia.
I text Rowan saying we were streaming, and Rowan's like, oh, I know. I'm there. And I'm like, ah. Favorite person in chat right now. Oh, now there's 2 people in chat. I can't say that.
I mean, you could.
I feel like I look so pale right now, but I can't tell if it's just my computer or the
Probably just your computer.
Horribly washed out by my entire setup right now. We have Storm with us today. Oh, girl, you can lay back down. It's okay. And then also Artemis. This is a very cat-focused stream. Also, I don't know how I feel about my camera being so very high. Like, it's up there. Because there's a little, like, lift on my desk, in the back of my desk, and then my monitor's on top of that. And the monitor's tall, so it's like...
It is very, like, old school, high school broadcasting setup.
Oh. Because it's, like, this much taller than me right now. Oh.
Yeah, that's how we were taught to do it. Have a third of the screen above our head.
Yay, Storm, and submitting 2 cats. Well, I can tilt a cat slightly, but then it's, like, very... Or maybe I can't tilt it down. I feel like that's worse.
Hey, I'm on at least one stream every day, so my soul is a little at peace.
So you feel plenty involved with your own event?
No, I'm not plenty involved. I'm bare minimum involved. I need to be more involved.
I've been gone for like a week and a half, other than like the one day I was here last week for when we streamed. And I think Storm is feeling the neglect.
It's my medicine. Go ahead, sniff it.
I wish we could like figure out a way to post that we're live on your channel, or not like post to your followers that we're live here and post to my followers we're live over there, because I always feel like
there is a way. You post in your
oh,
you like share the stream to your community tab, and they will know, which I will do in a second.
Okay.
I generally post it on my social media, which I will be doing in a moment. I am, well, y'all can't see, but I am in my walking regalia, because the children and I, as of yesterday, in order to help them get up and not fall back asleep, and in order to help me get just in a better routine again and rebuild my stamina, we get up at 10. We go walking theoretically at 11, realistically 11:30, but they're chill with that.
How much do you guys walk? Just the walk we did when I was there?
If we walked around the neighborhood, yeah, it's just that walk. That's what we're starting up. Although the children are now getting to a point where they're like, so is this all we're going to do? Just this one walk? So I'm about to...
You're being judged for your lack of walk.
As soon as I have the energy, we will take longer walks. Because the like one reason we only did it like that one was because, you know, they also needed stamina. But we're preparing for our family vacation. We're going to go to Kentucky Kingdom this year. So. Yes.
So speaking of walking, kind of, my you know this, and I think Rowan might know too, but whatever. My mom and I went to see Taylor Swift this weekend. Yeah, because I posted it in Sam's Realm a bunch. And it was so much walking. Oh my god. And like my ankle's kind of not doing great from the riding retreat.
Hold on. All right, go CB, you talk to chat.
Okay.
What maybe?
And ow. Speaking of, and we just did so much walking, and then the show's like, I think Taylor's on stage for 4 hours, nearly, and then but Paramore was on stage for an hour, and so you're standing through all that because we were just doing standing room only. But I also ended up like in the second row of standing people, so I was like 10 feet from Taylor Swift, which made it all worth it. Even though my like body was in agony, but it's fine.
Your poor body.
Yeah. So my ankles, I don't know, it's feeling better today or yesterday and today. I don't know. I've been up for like an hour. But yeah. So, but in Scotland, we were doing a lot of walking for like the 3 days we were there, just like walking around the city and like to the tram and everything. And my feet were not happy with it. So, but it's fine. I felt kind of out of shape, but it wasn't as much out of shape because I wasn't like, my legs weren't tired. It was just my feet.
Your ankle was also healing.
Yeah, I was wearing horrible shoes to do all that walking. I did not think that through properly. I was wearing like these thigh high boots, which looked great, but
you did
not. Oh, Sam, the playlist isn't going.
Oh shit.
I was like, we've been talking for a while. We're 7 minutes and 30 seconds in.
I'll math it. Okay. That playlist. Hold on, come here, child. And then
just start the sprint now. We don't need to jump into that.
Fine, go.
Okay, we're beginning our first sprint now, people. Ta-da! End of sprint 1. Oh, break
Give me a
1.
moment. I finally figured out how to phrase something.
Okay. I'm gonna say hi to chat. Let's see. Jace. A lot of people came in, or a couple people came in during our break, or during our sprint. We have JC. Hi. I'm doing pretty well today. I don't know about Sam. Haven't heard any complaints yet, though.
I think I accidentally just closed out of my chapter when I went to save. I hit a wrong button. Okay, I'm good though.
Okay. How low tech of you not being on autosave?
I'm on autosave. I don't trust autosave.
Okay.
I think what you mean is how traumatized of me that I have to save despite there being an autosave.
RP showed up and is actually staying for a bit. Awesome.
Sweet.
Jessica showed up. People saying hi to each other. How cute. What is everyone working on? Okay, Jessica got 287 words for 17 minutes. She's writing, woohoo! That is like half of what I got done. I was here the whole time. I got 480 done. Finally finished that interaction that I've been like struggling with since the retreat. Or even at the retreat like the last day. It's not that it's boring or anything. It's just it's like I
were like at the retreat we talked about that part that you're struggling with. You made a breakthrough and then you got hit with a migraine. And you were
I got hit with the break through about the forest stuff, right? Or the monster?
There was something. Yes, the griffin.
Yeah, this is the scene leading up to that I had to write before I get to write the cool hunting scene. I definitely have to pull out my notebook because I'm blanking on what breakthrough I had. Because for this, this is just like a scene where there's like so many layers in it, and it's just all talking, and it's like using formal speech and stuff like that. But I'm worried it's too goofy sounding, but I don't know. It's only the first draft, so I got the scene finished. I have to do a little like transition between that scene and then I get to write the hunting stuff, which is what I'm excited about. But I literally like did nothing for the first 10 minutes. Like I kind of sat here and then like bounced around my document, like ate a piece of candy and like struggled to get my brain like
I mean, sometimes that's part of it, though. That's part of why the first sprint is so long. It's like our prep sprint. Even though we should prepare before the stream starts. Meh.
That's a lot of work.
It's fine.
What'd you get done?
I got 148 words, but I had a moment because, like, my oldest thought that he lost this little toy. Her name is Spooky. She's from like his favorite game, Spooky's Mansion or whatever. Either way, like he takes her absolutely everywhere. He thought he lost her on the walk, so I told the kids that they could go walk around the neighborhood together. But my children don't actually leave my house often, let alone alone. So I was like sitting here and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be able to focus on writing till they get back in the house. Logically, we live in a safe neighborhood. They should be fine. They're old enough. I definitely ran the streets younger and was wild and free. Okay, not like, but
yeah.
But then, like, after a while, I hadn't heard the front door open, and so I call them, and apparently one of his siblings had stolen her, so he didn't actually lose her. So they weren't leaving. And I was like, it would have been nice if you informed your mother.
Yeah.
But I am drafting chapter 7, and I am making up demon lore on the fly because I'm like, I don't want this to be like hell and heaven stuff. They're just demons. And so Moxie's explaining how demons fit into the world for Rochelle.
All right. Rowan got 260 words and some brainstorming. You're working on your musical/book. You're not sure which one you want to do yet. Is it 260 words for your outline, or are you writing it? Out of order. Jessica is rewriting the outline for
Menu de mon style.
That, which is going pretty well, which is awesome.
Did you decide on which monster you were going to go with? Is it the Volu?
Oh, my dad and I watched. Oh my god, what's Dracula's assistant named?
Oh, Renfield.
Renfield.
I want to see that so much.
Hilarious. It's classic, like kind of trashy B movie, but it's so good.
I know. That's why
it's so fun. Actively laughing out loud a lot. It was really funny and so bloody and just a lot of. It was fun. Totally worth it. Okay. RP figured out how far he ran today and is going to resume the last revision. So Rowan's working on 10 of their novel inspired by Fleetwood Mac drama, but make it gay old women. That's hyper specific. This is the novel musical, but I said novel, lol. But now that I'm working on it more, I'm starting to think it would have been better as a musical with Fleetwood Mac songs. Jessica, answer your question. Sticking with that word, and got a little over 3K currently. Nice.
When is the 24-hour theme thinger? Jessica is going to be participating in a write a novel in 24 hours thing, and that's what she's working on the outline for.
Is that possible?
Yeah, it's possible. This also depends on like how long your novel is going to be.
Oh, I think you meant like write at least 50K in 24 hours.
Some people can, yeah.
Yeah, but that's...
Stephen King has written like 3 of his novels
in
under 24 hours. No, he was very high for one of them. He has said like I want to say Cujo. He got really high in a cabin in the woods and he wrote Cujo in less than a night or some shit like that. I don't know. Look it up. I'm probably fuzzy on some specifics, but yeah. The 15th through the 17th, so this weekend. Nice. I think the way that if I remember,
about 118,000 words.
Yeah.
You can't do that in a night.
You can definitely draft that in a night.
I don't think so. I just really don't.
I mean, I can't anymore, but once upon a time, I might have been able to. I think the most I ever did in a single day was 20,000. Back in my writing prime.
Okay, that's intense but reasonable.
I didn't like spend all day. I was just a very fast typist at the time, and I just went by the seat of my pants and remembered like everything. So early 20s,
cool, which I think it's cool too, and I'd love to watch it, but I just am having trouble wrapping my head around it.
Also note that if I remember correctly, the 24 hours is not 24 hours straight because they want people to still take care of themselves and sleep. So it's basically you block out time that equals up to 24 hours.
Okay.
So like 15, 16, so yeah, so 15, 16, 17 if you work 8 hours a day.
Okay.
Yeah, he did. Thank you, JC. See.
If you can get 2,083 words specifically every hour for 24 hours.
Yeah, see, so I very much would have been able to do that.
Okay, I don't think I would. Or at least from my experience with writing.
I cannot do it. I will say I cannot do it anymore, but I would have been able
when I have something like fully plotted out, like my script for the gay Sapphic Fairy novel or Sapphic Fairy script, it was I had around like 1,100 words every 45 minutes. So I don't think I could do this. That's
also,
how much it ended up being. Fair, but like
yeah, that's why I said draft. Because
for me, the draft versus the full length novel does not increase by like even like 118 like in half. Like if he doubled it between the first draft and the final draft.
I mean, some people can. Yeah,
I
like
know.
if you, I'm keeping track of like I have a chart where I'm keeping track of my word count in my first draft.
Yeah.
Versus my word count for all of the drafts, and some of my chapters definitely like are going to be a lot beefier than the first draft was.
Which is normal. I'm just struggling to wrap my brain around this, to be honest.
Yeah. They're writing a novel draft in 24 hours. They're not drafting, revising, editing, and all of that.
Yeah, but it's just okay. RP could have maybe done that challenge when he was an invincible 20-year-old who did.
See, RP and I were like in our early 20s.
Yeah, I'm in my I'm 21, and I don't think I could do.
Well,
now I kind of want to try.
We early 20 millennials were built different. RP, remind me how old you are, please.
See, Rowan's currently 20, and it doesn't think they can do that. Rowan and I are on the same page for this. We're like, also, why? Just like see if you could. And now I kind of want to see if I can. And it's the summer, so it's not like I really need to like.
Also, note that I didn't like my migraines were not chronic in my early 20s, so like my migraines weren't even as bad as yours are until I hit my mid 20s. So
mine are getting better recently, I feel like.
Yeah. I'm just saying, so there's also a big difference there.
Jessica used to be able to do something like that, but knows she can't anymore. I'm just hoping to get a nice 20K jump from this potentially. You know, I support you so much in this, but my brain is just kind of exploding.
She's just mind blown.
I am.
Yeah, I do want to add an asterisk that I feel the vast majority of the people who participate in that, because this is not the first one. Okay. I definitely know like this. I think this one is either annually or happens multiple times a year. But I think people like they're like set out to get as much work done as possible. It's basically like most of us can't really afford to have writing be our full-time job. So we can't make those times in the week to work 8 hours a day. And so it's like, okay, if I can dedicate this weekend to acting like writing is my full-time job, then you like you get a boost in what is the word I'm looking for? Like you jump forward in a boost in progress, basically. Yeah. So
I kind of want to do. I haven't made a YouTube video that isn't a live stream in so long, but I kind of want to do like this summer, like a week, like 5 days or whatever, like Monday through Friday, acting like writing was my full-time job, like. Start working by 9 a.m. Not.
I'm trying to like do that slowly. Where like WIP Wednesdays, like writing is my part-time job, so WIP Wednesday is my 3-hour block for this, and hopefully, I will get it to where I do like basically WIP Wednesday, but in the server. So every day between 1 and 4, unless I have like plans with my family or something, I'll run sprints hopefully.
I'm looking at, all right, we have 30 seconds left. Speed run. If you're a pantser, sometimes first drafts are very slim. Yeah. I wouldn't know what to write. I mean, I don't know, people. This is really struggling my brain. They add details and beefy stuff later, which, yes. Rowan, we should try, says we should try and do something like this summer. See if there's something about early 20s productivity.
You guys can do it in the Sam's realm. We can set
Yeah.
up. It's like a week. We'll call it the full-time writer week or something.
Our
Okay.
hero from the military so often used his off weekends to drink like the world was end. Are you okay?
No, he was not okay. That's what he's telling us. Writing a novel would have been much easier. That's that sounds good. Yeah.
Okay, let's text after the stream. We can think of something.
Hold on, I gotta go. Are you still there? Yes, I'm still here, motherfucker.
Plot twist. I'm actually just doing it today, tomorrow, and Friday because I have nothing to do else. No responsibilities.
Do it.
No, I mean, yes, but I don't know. This is a lot. Okay?
Go sprint.
Go right.
Shoo shoo. Ooh, excuse me.
Let's see how I did. Bum, bum, bum. Ah, shit, I should have marked down where I stopped.
I have completed some, like, 2 plot points, the main 2 plot points that they were here. I don't know where I started, but I'm on page 3 now. So
I got 519 words written, which is more than last spring, even though this one was 15 minutes shorter.
I'm at 517 words for the chapter, and I think I started at 2 something, so progress. World building. Although I did spend like almost the first half of the sprint momming, because the way I'm keeping the children on a routine this summer is we have a Discord chat, and I put a list. I'm saying this more for chat, as you've seen the screen chat shots. I'm making a list, and it's like, do your duo and your, I will say firstly, this is what I do every day now so that I can keep track of what day is which. I send a little, the days is Wednesday.
God, that's such a mom thing. Like, my mom sends Bitmojis too. It's like, you become a mom, and all of a sudden, you have to send so many Bitmojis.
But, so then here's, like, their list, and they have the emojis to let me know that they did it.
That's cool. I like that. Maybe I'll have to introduce my family to doing that. Because our George is struggling. It's not focusing.
I know it's not focusing. You don't have to read it. It's basically just like click the owl and the screenshot when you finish your duo, because sometimes they will try to get sneaky on me. So that's basically just, it's like, this is what you have to do in order to have permission to click that emoji so that I know you're done with it.
Yeah.
And there's also like an okay reaction so that I know that they've read this. And then, like, right below that, I put, like, my starting page, like, so I don't have the book in here, but in the physical book I'm reading, Into the Crooked Place, I'm currently on page 272, and so that's my starting page, and then I put my goal for today. And, like, yesterday, I didn't get to read as much over the weekend, so I was trying to do a daily goal plus catch up.
Yeah.
And I got most of the way, which is good, but I didn't like get to my goal, so I put like a sob emoji. But my audiobook goal I made, so I got to check mark so that the kids see that like I too am doing things, so it's not just them.
That's nice. Maybe I'll talk to my family about doing that. We're familiar. I know my brothers and my dad are familiar with Discord. I don't know how familiar my mom is with it. But our chore chart for the past couple breaks and summers, because I come home from college, my brother used to come home from college, and throws off the whole rhythm, plus like people aren't here and all sorts of things. So
yeah, like one of the things that we will get to what Chet has done in a second. This writing mom. Sometimes I talk about parenting, even though Fox likes to pretend I don't. But but yeah, it's like super important for kids during the summer to adhere to some form of routine, because it helps, like, emotionally and mentally, it really like helps them and stuff.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a schedule though. A routine and a schedule are not the same thing. So for the routine, it's like we get up, I give them time to eat breakfast, or my youngest is like me, she prefers to walk and then eat something, because the act of going on the walk helps like settle our stomachs, because our sinuses drain at night. So so either way, we go for the walk, and then when we come back, they're like energized and stuff. And like my daughter was like, why do we have to do our chores now? And I'm like, if you get your chores done now, the faster you do them, the faster I leave you alone for the day. And she was like, oh, I like that. So
freedom.
But yeah, the first half of the first part, like, they got out of school at the end of May, and I was gone most of May and the first part of first week of June. So they very much did not have their routine. And I could kind of tell that it had like messed with
Until
them.
4 p.m.
Not all of my children are built for that life.
Yeah.
I like sneakily, if I think they're still awake right now, I lock their phones and they haven't said anything. So either they are not staying up super late or they know that I know and we're all keeping quiet about it. Because technically the deal is they don't have a summer bedtime as long as they get up in the morning and stay awake. But they are still children and they don't have self-control sometimes. So I'm trying to help them with that.
All right, let's look at chat. We have RP saying he was not sane in the military. Like I said,
Fair.
That's fair. Concerning, but fair. Why is it so red? It looks so red right now.
You look purple to me. I don't know if that's
I look red. I'm not in the mirror right here. I don't know. I'm doing something about
It's probably just the camera.
And my like shirt contrasting.
Yeah.
I think that made it worse. Okay. Rowan got 340 words. Nice. RP got 9 pages revised, almost on chapter 8. Awesome. Jessica got 101 words. I like that. Like the symmetry of
101 is so nice.
It's a nice number. And it's some health things. We love it. Like made myself mint hot cocoa with peppermint tea and munch on pineapple. Damn, I want to do both those things. I love pineapple so much.
A little health note for anybody who doesn't know. If your stomach is nauseous or you have something stuck in your throat, pineapple juice can help take care of that.
Awesome. My mom and I ate a lot of pineapple over break because she kept getting fruit over our Scotland trip because she kept getting fruit cups places. And then I would eat out all the pineapple and then she would eat like melons and stuff because melons aren't really my favorite thing. My older brother really likes them though. RP got himself scheduled for an interview for a new job.
Nice.
Ooh, we love it. And Jessica is definitely going to try and do this for your own accountability. That's nice. Yeah. It sounds like a good idea.
I need to start, as part of my routine, start putting my task list in the server again. I've gotten lazy with that since I don't have a task list buddy anymore.
I'll be your task list buddy. I should have this task list for the summer so I get consistent stuff work done. No, consistent stuff done.
Consistently get stuff done.
Yeah. I had another word in there. I put work in because I was like, do I do stuff or work? And my brain just went both.
Consistently get work done.
Work done. I have a couple like school things that I keep blanking out about. I have to sign up for a CLEP test, which sounds really concerning, but it's basically like an SAT test for college students.
Oh, okay.
And you get college credit for it, and I need like 4 more credits to graduate, but I can't take 4 credits more worth of classes next semester without paying for like a summer semester, and fuck no, I'm not doing that. So I'm doing the CLEP test and I just need to pass it, and it's doing like reading comprehension, which I was told by the advisor was like super easy, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I used to do good on like reading comprehension tests because writer. And then one of the fellow, because English was like my favorite subject in school. How about that? That's better. But one of
you have good reading comprehension, yes. And not all writers have good reading comprehension.
True. My screenwriting, another person in my program was like, "Oh my god, that was so hard! I almost failed it." And I'm like, "You're not making me feel better," because I kind of put all my eggs in that basket. So I have to take that. I'm not taking a math test. Like I know
your reading comprehension is fine. Okay. You're good.
There's like practice ones, so I'll sign up for one of those, and then I'll probably do a couple practice tests and agonize about it. But I have to sign up for it at some point this summer. Oh, my dad's calling me because I called him over the break to talk about armor because I was like listing out armor types.
Go ahead. You call it. You talk to your dad. I'll talk to chat.
No, I can call him back. He's in the car now, so he has like a half an hour drive home, so I can call him.
Oh, that's fair. He can wait 5 minutes.
Yeah, I was talking about armor types, and I have all my knights in full plate mail, and Jason, who's our secondary main character / love interest, walks in because it's supposed to be a hunting trip. He walks in and he has a bunch of knights in full plate, and he's like, "Okay, yeah, this is not normal for like a hunting trip." he's wearing, and then he's like, he says instead of the usual leathers for hunting trip, like leather armor, and then I have him going, he's wearing another word for leather armor or like some type of, but I didn't want to say leather armor because I just used the word leather, so I was going to call my dad and be like, hey, what's another type of armor? Or another word for the armor. I was like, a jerkin, but like, should I list like multiple things? I don't know. I'll just talk to my dad. It'll make him happy to talk about armor.
That's fair.
Maybe I can rope him into the attempted using writing as a working job, because last break I was trying. He's doing some writing, but he's very hesitant about it. So trying to like force him into doing it without being too forceful.
Well, if you feel comfortable doing it, you can have him join the Sam's realm. He'll be welcome.
I'm gonna say no. It's my place, not my dad's place.
That's fair. That's why I said if you're comfortable with
it.
If it's your escape, that's valid too.
Yeah. No, I've considered having a stream doing streams with him before, and I think that would work.
Yeah, you can do that.
A very personal dude. Maybe I'll rope him into a WIP Wednesday or something. Like that would be, if you're cool with that.
I don't care. Fox, look, like, the one you have to convince is Fox.
Is Fox.
Because the layout would be changed.
We can just put him in like the little box, like right here.
Like we usually put you, but it's just him.
Or the fact that we're in the same house, he can
you two can just sit by each other. That would be fair. I don't care.
That would probably work the best.
Your dad has very like adorkable dad energy, and it's great.
He does. He just texted, I know you're in a live stream. Give me a call when you can.
See?
Because he gets all the YouTube notifications and like Instagram notifications for my writer stuff. So
my dad has questionable murder vibes. So
I haven't met your dad.
You have not.
I've not. I've met your mother and your grandmother and your sister.
Yeah, but once you meet my dad and you see my parents together, a lot of things about my romantic preferences will make sense.
A lot of things will make sense about you every time you talk about meeting one of your family members. And I'm like,
is it not true though?
They make fine sense right now.
No. See, you say that, but you questioned when I pulled the knife out to break the ice on my windshield.
I did. Because that's a weird thing to do. There are tools for
No, but my dad would do that.
Okay. I would judge him too for it. I would just be slightly more quiet about it.
Slightly more quiet about it. I love my dad.
Yeah. I think it would be fun to have him on a stream, but to get him comfortable enough to do it. I was very proud of him when he talked to you on the phone the other day. We were making friendship bracelets for the Taylor Swift tour, and he came over to make a friendship bracelet, and Sam was on the phone with me, and so Sam and my dad were chatting about the writer's retreat, which was really funny, and also kind of like worlds collide for me, but it was cool. I'm really loving this shirt. I got this shirt in.
It's a really nice shirt. I'm sorry, I'm mildly distracted because I'm like, I could go create events for Monday through Friday, 1 through 3 for like working and stuff. And I'm like, but do I want to?
I mean, yeah, I would pop in. Yeah, we do. We're kind of
They're
similar people.
I've been in calls with them together, and they are like they're very cute. They have a great relationship, and like when they were making the friendship bracelets and stuff, they were cute. They were like bouncing ideas and stuff off of each other, and she was like so proud that he understood certain references and stuff.
I listened to like.
I'm so sad he didn't go with the I am Thanos bracelet though.
No, he did not. But he loved your idea. I got up and left for a little.
It wasn't my idea; it was his idea. I was just supporting it.
It would have fit in probably with the amount. There were so many bracelets, and I'd be like, "Which one do you want?" Like I'm wearing some right now. I'm wearing bitching and moaning, and I wish you would. And people were like, "What? Just whatever." And I gave one girl the gay rugby one because we were in a rugby stadium and it's Pride Month. And she was like kind of unimpressed. But one dude was like, "All rugby's gay rugby." So we gave him a gay rugby one because he played rugby, and he was very nice. But
so he would know.
Yeah, and he was there with his fiance, who is a woman, and I was like, sir, all rugby's gay rugby. You just said that you play a
All
lot of
rugby is gay rugby.
Fellas, is it gay to play rugby? Apparently.
No, it's not gay to play rugby. All rugby is gay rugby. There's a difference. It's like, yeah, we're going into a sprint, but I don't want to lose this thought. Rugby is like an extreme contact sport, like even more so than football and stuff. And
yeah,
there's a rugby anime that's.
I don't
we
think
need
you
to
should
watch
base all
it.
your knowledge off of rugby off of an anime.
No, but I'm just saying the rugby anime is fairly representative.
Right, go right.
It is time for our break. The final break. Stevie's finishing something up. So I'm still on part 3. Well, I'm still on page 3, but I'm up to 653 words. And I'm like making up world lore and shit as I go right now. So I'm sitting here and I'm making up certain things, and I'm like, I should now go back at like one of these other chapters, and basically I get to like add in a bunch of stuff and live by my writing motto that I have stolen from Neil Gaiman, which is to go back and make it look like I knew what I was doing all along.
That's a good quote. I wrote 449 words this sprint.
Nice.
Including the call with my dad as well. We've decided on a Gabson, which I don't think I'm pronouncing correctly, but whatever. I have made it to the hunting scenes, which I'm very excited about, which means I'm on... Why is my page count not up? My script is 27 pages long and 10,602 words. I don't know if I said it out loud, but last sprint I reached 10,000 words on the script.
Oh, congrats.
I'm on chapter 2, for people that don't know. I've written chapter 1, 3, and 5, some of 5. So now before I realize that I'm going to need to do dual perspective for the book. So I'm going in and adding in the chapters of my love interest. The puppy woke up Storm, but she looks so concerned.
I'm sorry.
Thank you,
Alright,
how'd you guys do that sprint? Rowan said earlier that you want to.
Gambison.
I don't remember what that was for, though. Jessica, sadly, during the sprint, had to go put the little down for a nap. Happy productivity, everyone. You're probably gone, but thank you.
Thank you. The nap is easy. It's pronounced Gambison, according to...
Gambison. That makes more sense. I was like, I've heard the word before, but I'm like struggling to remember how it was said. So Gambison.
I was like, I have never heard of a piece of art called a Gambison, so either I need to educate myself or figure out how it's said. So...
Have you heard of it, though?
Yes, I knew exactly what it was, which is why I was like, how do we say this?
Rowan only got like 210 words. He's really struggling with the pacing this chapter and how to pause a lot. Well,
I mean, that's fair.
Later, if you want to know. RP got 11 pages edited. That's sprint. Thank you. The story for gay dragons. Yes, this is the gay dragon story.
And Rowan, if it makes you feel better, I'm sitting here. This was supposed to be, so in my outline, it was like they get a coffee and like go up to the room, but then I was like, oh, well, it's a little fancy cafe, and I'm like, oh, they got to sit down for the coffee to come out, and I'm like, now they have to have conversation, and then now I'm like, oh, awkward silence. No, they're having conversation. It's good. They're like having world building conversation. And I'm like, oh, but I'm not pleased with the way the world, because I'm figuring shit out as it goes. So now it's more like exposition dump of Sam's thoughts, but mildly in Moxie's wording. So I'm like, I'll fix it in revisions.
So much of this chapter is because it's Jason's first chapter, so it's also his like commentary on things. But I'm trying to put his commentary in and like real backstory and stuff without being like, this is my backstory, TM. Whatever.
My backstory exposition, TM.
Yeah. So like mostly using it by other people mentioning stuff and his reactions to it. But he's not a very expressive person outwardly. So it's like his hands tightened, his teeth clench. Like that over and over.
Like Moxie is the same though. Like all of Moxie's shit, I gotta like have her. She's so expressive physically, but not like verbally or anything.
Even physically, he's so limited because he's trying to like hide everything.
Yeah.
And so where Rye, who's my main character would be like, holy shit, Jason just goes.
Yeah,
no,
it's had the thing where Rochelle's like talking to Moxie, and Moxie's definitely trying to hide shit. And so but I do have a little bit of advantage where she is a jaguar, so I can make her be so cattish. So it's like she doesn't want to talk about it, so she just lounges languidly.
Yeah, Jason is my human.
Yes.
So now I'm just like
a little harder
being human. And I'm also trying not to make him. Rowan will get this. Lanzan from The Untamed, who is also kind of stoic. They're not the same person, but it's kind of a similar dynamic. Yeah, between Oyden and Lanzan and Ryan Jason.
This is a small like asterisk, which I've said before, anecdote, but I like Fox knows very little, if nothing, about wolves and werewolves. But he is a cat person.
Mm-hmm.
He is such a cat person. He is like the most cat person I have ever met. Even like out cat personing you, and that's
wow. I'm actually not surprised.
Yeah. No, like his cat, she is the queen of the cat. It's just him and his cat, and it's her house. He just lives in it.
Mm-hmm.
And so every time I have Moxie do something, even like, as we know, I'm a slightly intuitive writer, so sometimes, and I do think all writers do this to some different extent, but sometimes I'll just have Moxie do something that I'm like, oh yeah, this makes sense to me for Moxie because, you know, Moxie is this way, and in part because she's a jaguar shifter, but I'm not consciously thinking, oh, she is a jaguar shifter. But Fox will make a comment on it, and he'll be like, so cat, such cat. Mm-hmm. And I'll be like, you know, you're right. And so and then when I do those things on purpose, I get so happy when he points them out. Like anytime Moxie goes in her room and she finds her chair and she sits in it. And that is her chair. And he's like she goes in Rochelle's room and she finds this very comfortable chair and she sits in it. And he's like, she just walked in there like that's her chair. And he's like, that's such a cat.
Why is my face so purple?
I'm like, I didn't think about that. I don't know why your face is purple.
I have Rai being cat-esque. He's the dragon. And yes, Lanzan is the ideal male archetype. And I'm trying not to they're not the same person.
Yeah.
But they would probably get along really well because they would just like sit there and then like simp over their partners. But it's fine. Right now, Rowan is trying to contend with the fact that they accidentally made love interest more of a mean celebrity than they were intending, so they need to figure out how to redeem her. Tragic backstory, Jam.
No, we can't. You know, we can't redeem everybody with a tragic backstory, even though I fall for it 9 out of 10 times.
I'm like, you have no place to speak on this.
No, I have all the place to speak on it because I fall for it 9 out of 10 times. So
I sometimes do. It depends on if they're pretty or not.
At least you're honest about it.
Yep.
Like you know, you're like, these are fictional people. I can be shallow. It's fine.
Yeah.
I want to say that I'm also, like, I want to be dramatic and be like, I'm coming to terms with the fact that I'm reading ACOTAR and it's not terrible. But really, no, because, like...
I need you to finish it and then tell me whether or not I would like it. Because I've had so many mixed people telling me whether or not I would like it.
Here's the thing. I have read and watched so many reviews on ACOTAR. And like reviews trashing it, reviews praising it, reviews in the middle and stuff. And I have a firm belief in not forming my own opinion until I indulge with media directly. But I also like believe reviews are there for a reason. And if you like have limited time, limited resources, etc., then it makes sense for you not to read something if like people's opinions who you trust or align in your taste, like tell you, you know, you're probably not your jam. Also, if you just don't want to read something on principle. And the reason that I didn't want to read ACOTAR was because the main character was a teenager And there are things that happen, and it was heavily marketed towards a young adult audience. And I was like, there were things that happened in there that no amount of execution was like, there was no benefit of the doubt for the execution of how these things happened. Right? It's like, no, this is not good for a young adult audience unless it's like demonized, and it's not demonized, right? And I stand by this. However, it's not marketed as YA anymore. It's marketed toward an adult audience, and it's considered an adult series. Like, you go to Sarah J. Maas's website, it's adult and all of that. The only way you would know it was ever marketed as a young adult is those of us who were there when the old magics were written. We remember. That's it. And Feyre is actually, I guess, 19. It's kind of vague. It just says she's an adult, but like, somebody told me that word of God somewhere said she's 19. So I'm like, okay, 19's still young, but it's like, for an adult series, it's fine. Like, I can forgive it. I've forgiven other things. Also, it's a fae romance, and I have different standards for fae romances as I do for human romances. However, reading it, well, because fays aren't human. I think if a love interest is not human, they need a different scale for the romance. And again, adult romances vastly different than young adult romances, right? Adults, we can read what we want. Problematic, yes. Not problematic. It is what it is. I will also say that there are a lot of people who have pointed out some other very valid criticisms about the representation and whatnot in more so the later books, I think, than the first book. Those I would also still stand beside. However, the writing, she's not a bad writer. She's actually a pretty good writer. The romance, at least the early parts of some of the romance with Feyre and Tamlin, I was like, oh, this kind of smooth. And she actually like puts a lot of foreshadowing. Like, I don't necessarily believe Tamlin's character was assassinated in the second. I mean, I do think that, like, from what I
know nothing about this series.
I know. It's so basically in the first book, we've got this like Beauty and the Beast-esque scenario where Feyre goes to live with Spring High Fae man, right?
Okay.
And she's supposed to break the Beauty and the Beast curse. She don't know it. Bunch of shit happens. He's not her end romance, right? And their romance is kind of it's like, I could see how people would ship them. I, however, see many red flags with Tamlin, and therefore.
Okay.
But then, like, her actual
read it now, so we can do a let's talk on it. From a writer perspective.
If people want me to, I will.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I will read it if people want to let's talk on this. Rowan, I'm gonna catch you up. It's mostly just Rowan. Rowan goes, the actor is kind of fun, but is painfully straight, and it's not the best writing or plot. It's like a Akatar, not actor. But it's a good time to read. Oh, no, you read it. I didn't love it, but it was fun for what it was. And my issue with Sarah J. Maas is the same I have with Tolkien, that she just kind of rambles for so long that I lose interest.
I could see that. I am listening at 2.5 speed, so it doesn't linger too long.
Glass, Sarah J. Maas?
Yes.
I read that when I was 12 or something, 13, maybe a little older.
I haven't read that one, so I don't know. I forget. I forget which one.
I think it was a love triangle, and I was more focused on the actual plot than the love triangle, but they spent a lot of time with the love triangle, and like 13-year-old me was like, I'm sorry, I want to focus on the fact she's an assassin, and this is actually like really cool.
I will say that, like, as far as Feyre and her actual love interest, there are, like, Sarah J. Maas actually did a really good job planting seeds and evidence and breadcrumbs. However, I, as a personal thing, can't forgive the fact that this is a little bit of a spoiler, but it's like super well-known spoiler. That while Feyre is like trapped in stuff, I'll go. It requires a lot of context.
Stay tuned to find out.
Stay tuned. we're here. I got to a good stopping point in my chapter? Question mark.
I'm jealous. I did not. I just got to the fight. Literally they have arrived in the forest. They've heard a sound. They're going towards the sound, and that's where I ended today.
Well, like I just finished a bunch of like the world building and stuff, and now their like gazes are locked and stuff, and it's I'm like, it's a good thing I stopped here, because if I didn't stop here, I'd be very upset. So
I wrote 225 words that sprint, and then I had to break out my what's it called, notebook from the writing retreat where I took notes on story stuff, because I was like, what happens now? I'm like semi-sure I know, but also so. I adjust my lighting last break because I was tired looking at myself and being purple. And I was like, oh, maybe it's just my screen. And I text Rowan and I go, am I purple? And Rowan goes, yeah. I'm like, ah, shit. But the darkness of the room makes me feel like it's night, because that's when like I'm used to us streaming. So now my brain's gonna be like, I want to open up the windows again.
oh, no.
I have to tell my parents about my flight to LA for moving out there for my school, internships and stuff. But then I'm happy to do some more writing in the server if there's.
You and Rowan can. I would do more writing. However, I made a promise that either way, it is one of my children's birthdays today.
Hey!
After the stream, we will be watching Dr. Stone.
As you should.
I
watched some of Dr. Stone and I really liked it, but I like binged it in a night with a friend at my last college. Not Rowan. But Blake shows up on stream sometimes. And then we didn't watch any more of it together, and I don't think we're gonna watch any more of it together. So I'm gonna restart it myself. Because I'm like, I vaguely remember what happened, but I remember really enjoying it.
No, it's great. Fun fact about Dr. Stone. Like when I looked at the animation style for Dr. Stone and like the original. Oh yes.
We talked about this last stream, I think. It's a big day for birthdays, apparently, because it's Rowan's sister's birthday.
Well, happy birthday!
Birthday week.
Happy belated birthday!
Yeah, happy belated birthday. Wishes for the child. Rowan just did some formatting that sprint.
Nice.
Very nice.
So, as I was telling you guys, because JC said, ready for the rest of Sam's thought now. Also, hello and welcome to Jambazi. Yeah, okay, so I'm going into this because you said you know nothing about ACOTAR. So
I know some about ACOTAR, I think.
We're gonna pretend you don't know anything.
Okay.
To make this easier. All right. So this high fae lady, she cursed like the spring court because she want Tamlin's booty, and Tamlin was like, hell no. Like, I see why your sister like betrayed you or some shit like that.
Damn.
Like, I see why your sister picked a mortal man over you or whatever. And she was like, oh, motherfucker, you want to get personal. So, like, she cursed this whole, like, kingdom and thing. Also, like, asterisk, these are, like, a lot of spoilers going on, but it's fine.
For everyone who doesn't want spoilers, bye-bye, see you next week, or tomorrow on Sam's show.
Yeah, so for 49 years, the spring court's been cursed because Beauty and the Beast things. And yeah, Feyre's supposed to like fall madly in love with Tamlin and be like, I love you with like my whole heart, and it's just So that doesn't happen. I mean, it does, but it does. He like sends her home before the deadline, and that's why I've had the second half of the book. Well, after like the deadline is up, she takes Tamlin and under the mountain. That's like where her court and everything is. It's called Under the Mountain, which is a very Tolkien-esque name for it.
It is. King under the mountain, Thorin Oakenshield.
Yeah. Well, Rhysand is like High King of the
I've heard of him before.
Court. Yeah, he's High King of the Night Court. He's like we've seen him a little bit here and there. He like helped Feyre out a couple times, but also he is a little shit, and he acts like a little shit. It's fine, he's Fae. But so they're all like, okay, Feyre, if you really want to prove your love for Tamlin and all this, then every new moon, I think it is, for 3 months, she'll undergo a trial. And until the new moon,
the girl? Is this the girl that cursed or the human girl?
Feyre's the girl who's 19.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Amaranth.
That was a very avoided answer. Is she not human?
No, Feyre's human.
Okay.
For now, she like becomes something else later, I hear. But at where I am in the story, she's still human. Yeah. So, yeah, the Amaranth is the high fae lady who's trying to conquer the world and get Tamlin booty, as one do. Well, like the entire time we were under the mountain, Tamlin doesn't like lift a finger to help Feyre or anything at all, which I like. You can kind of be like, he's trying not to let Amaranth know how much he cares about her, so that like Amaranth doesn't punish him, Lucien, or Feyre. And I'm like, hey, I can kind of get behind that, except we're juxtaposed with Rhysand, who, while he is a little shit, does actually help Feyre on several occasions, a couple of which he doesn't even ask for anything in return, which is very unfair of him.
Yes.
But so there's this is the part that gets me, right?
I have a lot of feelings about this.
I do have so many feelings about this. All right, so at some point Amaranth like has Feyre, because they're like, okay, Feyre, you can stay here, and during the like 29 out of 30 days you'll just basically be a prisoner and or maid girl. She's Cinderella now. Well, they literally have her cleaning out a chimney place, and they're like, yeah, you gotta clean it till the owner of this bedroom gets here. And then in comes Rhysand, and he's like, why are you in my room? It's like one of my favorite parts, where he's just like, why are you in my room? So confused. And then she's like, because I'm supposed to clean it.
She's just like standing in the room.
No, she's cleaning the chimney.
Okay, so she's clearly like, why are you in my room? You should clean your fucking chimney.
Like she's like poking at. Either way, it's still a valid question. Like, why are you in my room cleaning shit? And she's like, oh, because I was told to do this. And then he kind of sits there and he goes, oh, Amaranth like expects me to like happen to. Oh yeah, also like asterisk, Rhysand is basically Amaranth's sex slave right now. She's his. He is her. I forgot what word they use for it. But that's basically what he is. He's her boy toy that she's entertaining.
Is it consensual? Okay.
No. I'm going to say no. He pretends it is, but I know. It's very much not.
It's at least not in fun.
He's doing it to protect, like, this is a spoiler for later, but to me, even if I had gone in here, like, knowing nothing because of the way he's been characterized and some of the things he said, it's very clear he's doing this to protect his court. Not because he wants it. So yeah. Well, from, like, the next day onward, he has Feyre dressed in, like, this Princess Leia like, actually, I would say this is worse than Princess Leia's slave outfit.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like 2 gossamer things that go down and then like a tuck into a little loincloth thing.
That's
And
it?
hold on, yeah. But I'm gonna say this was inspired by the Mummy because he like has her entire body painted so that he'll know if anybody like touches her. And then he takes her to like a party thing. And I'm like, I could kind of forgive that because again,
I've heard about this scene, I think.
Yeah. Because like again, Fae do things like that. They like have a different perception of nudity and whatnot. And yeah, and like you know what, painting it's also making sure nobody else is touching her as long as he doesn't do anything. The part I have issue with is that he has her drink fairy wine, which he's essentially roofying her, right? And then while she's like drunk and stuff, he has her like sexy dance and sit on his lap. And the narrative tries to play it off as like, oh, well, he's not really like her paint's only smudged at her waist where he's holding her while she's sitting on him. And I'm like, but he does this every day for 3 months, or is it 2 months? Doesn't matter. Is too many days in a row. And like by the end of it.
Also, if he had a plan, he could have just like told her the plan, not roofing her.
We can't.
We don't communicate in this.
None of the men folk communicate in this, from what I have seen. But she doesn't communicate with them either. It's no communications. But either way, I could see like that's where one of those things where I'm like, part of it's a little tricky because I can see with him where he wouldn't want to trust her with like the lives of his people and shit, and like he's playing 3D chess against Amaranth.
Is there a reason she has to dance?
No, that's the thing. See, that's the thing is that like if it like by where I am. So like towards the end of the third trial, the narrative is actually starting to put it to where, oh, well, this is kind of a favor to her because like now she can basically just drink and like not process the night and stuff. But I'm like, no. And it's like the way I hear people talking about it, see, like you just said, you're like, I've heard of that scene. It's not one time. It's like the book says that he does this every day, except for the day right before her trial, because you know she got to be rested up and shit for her trial. And I'm like, that's really the one thing keeping me from wanting to ship them, because I'm like, no, I would if it got spoken about later, or if he like apologized or made up for it or something, if the narrative treated this
explained and apologized, maybe.
Yeah, but I don't. Which this is another reason why, like, before I form my own opinions on and talk about things like that, I like to read it myself, because not everybody like picks up on everything. Not everybody points things out, but like. From what I know, this is never really brought up. Like, a lot of readers I know that actually like ACOTAR, they actually forget that this happened. And I'm like,
they block it out.
And they block it out of their memory. They're like, it's a red flag blip. And I'm like, you know, I can kind of get that.
A blip that happened for 2 or 3 months.
I mean, the book does kind of try to gloss over it. So I can't blame people. But... Huh?
Why is it in there then if the book just like kind of glosses over it?
Because it's trying to villainize Rhysand, really is what it's doing. Because she's like, oh, and then like Rhysand's such a terrible person and he like humiliates me and all of this and stuff every night. But then like I think toward the end it's supposed to be like, oh no, he was actually protecting me and I misunderstood him the whole time. And I'm like, literally all of his other actions I have already seen foreshadowing for, or like ways of which you can know that, like where the reader could have picked up on that already.
Yeah.
Right. But not that. So far,
I don't know why the drugs were involved. If he like ordered her to dance,
it's fairy wine. But because she's human.
He knows that she's human, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he like has mind control, because she said no to drinking it the first time, and he mind controlled her to drink it.
makes it so much worse. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for you to finish it and let you form your own opinions and listen to your opinions and base off whether or not I want to read it and form my own opinions. But it's feeling like I don't want to. Because
what I do know is at the end of book 1, she's with Tamlin, not Rhysand, and then in book 2, she switches men's.
Yeah, that would also bother me. I can't do love triangles; they just frustrate me so much. They make me sad, typically. Because
I would say I don't think that you would ship her and Tamlin.
Okay.
Because
I don't be frustrated why she's with. Okay, that's the end of our stream.
So that's the other. Let me just add one thing: is the narrative I feel does not support Tamlin as her, because another spoiler that I know from all the reviews and stuff is that the reason Rhysand helps her and stuff is because he feels drawn to her because she's like his fated soulmate.
Okay.
But like he supports her being with Tamlin as long as she's happy. He's happy. And I'm like, oh, that you with on paper, I should be all over the Rhysand.
I've seen so many women being like, and men, people being like thirsting over Rhysand. And from the images and cosplay, I mean, he's hot, but like,
it's the drugs for me.
It's the drugs for me.
It's the drugging for me.
But if there's a good explanation, I can be like, whatever, like suspension of disbelief, like it's just
to my knowledge,
like.
But we'll see. But the narrative with Tamlin, like when she first meets Tamlin and Lucien and stuff, and she's just like, she's scared of them. Like there's an instinct in her that tells her to be afraid of them because they're Fae and they could kill her. But then like when she's with Rhysand, she's not scared of Rhysand, and they actually like they have bicker banter. She like shit talks to him and stuff, and he finds that cute. And I'm like, this is my dynamic. But
okay.
Yeah, so
we will see. All right, I have to go do chores and stuff. I have to go pick up. I have to go to the grocery store. I hate the grocery store.
I have to go, Mom.
Luckily, I'm dressed for the day.
Thank you all for joining us. I will keep you all updated.
Yes. I will potentially post in the Sam's Realm if I end up writing more today, which I possibly will. We'll see. Yeah. Hope you all have a great day. See you tomorrow on Sam's channel and next week on Sam's channel as well.
Phoebe will.
Bye. Oh wait, I have an outro that I can click. I forgot. I was going to do the thing. There's so many buttons. All right. Bye-bye.